Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about exoplanets. Exoplanets have the same criteria as planets in our solar system. They're just planets beyond our solar system. One, they need to orbit around the sun or a star. They need to have gravity to be a sphere. And they need to clear their orbit of similarly sized objects. In this video, we're going to have gas giant planets, terrestrial planets, hot Jupiters, and super Earth planets, and we'll also have gem raining planets. We'll also have an ultra hot Jupiter, and some tightly locked planets, and pulsar planets, and there are planets with thousands of rings. Some are as old as the universe, and there are also super puffs, or puffy Jupiters, and circumbinary planets, and darkest exoplanets, and zombie exoplanets. The first planet orbits the closest star to the sun, and that is Proxima Centauri b, the closest exoplanet to Earth. It orbits the closest star to the sun, Proxima Centauri, orbiting in the triple star system with Alpha Centauri A and B. It's orbiting in the habitable zone of its red dwarf star, so it's possible that there is life on there. Located in the constellation Centaurus. The next one is kind of puffy, and that is 51 Pegasi b, which is also known by the name Dimidium. This was the first exoplanet orbiting a yellow dwarf main sequence star that's identical to our sun. This is a hot Jupiter gas giant planet, and the reason it was given the name Dimidium, it's because it's only half the mass of Jupiter but has a larger diameter due to its puffiness. Because it's so hot, which makes it puffy and expands its surface. So if it wasn't so puffy, its mass would match its size. This planet is super hot because it orbits every 4 days around its G-type star because it's much closer to its star than Mercury is to our sun. Located in the constellation Pegasus. The next one is pretty strange. Kepler 10b is a super Earth planet that can't contain life because it's too close to its star, and it has a density of an iron dumbbell. Located in the constellation Draco. This next one kind of replicates the one from Star Wars. Kepler 16b is nicknamed Tatooine, which is a world from Star Wars. That's because just like in Star Wars, this planet orbits around 2 stars, so it has a circumbinary orbit, which means it orbits around 2 stars and not just one. It's classified as a Saturn mass planet because it is similar to Saturn and it contains half gas, rock, and ice. Located in the Cygnus constellation. The next one orbits the closest giant star to the sun, and that is Pollux b, which is also known as Thestius. It orbits around the star Pollux, and this planet is more massive than Jupiter, about 2.3 times more massive. Located in the constellation Gemini. The next one is a zombie, and that is Fomalhaut b, which is also known as Tagon, which was announced in 2008, and it orbits around the loneliest star in the debris disk. Later, some studies thought that this planet was just a dust cloud, but in 2012, a study brought this planet back to life. It is surrounded by a debris disk in the Pisces Astronus constellation. The next one is a scarred world. Kepler 70b is probably actually hotter than the sun's temperature. It used to be like Jupiter, but the star ran out of hydrogen and it expanded into a red giant, and it started to consume the planet of its atmosphere and gas giant form. But then it turned into a blue subdwarf star, and now the planet's just a dead core, located in the Cygnus constellation. The next one is really old, and that is Methuselah, which is one of the oldest known planets known yet. 12.7 billion years old is the age, which is 3 times older than the Earth's age of 4.5 billion. It orbits a binary star, which is made up of 2 burned-out stars, an old white dwarf star and a neutron star pulsar. 2.5 times the mass of Jupiter, but smaller in diameter. Located in the Scorpius constellation. The next one is like ours. TOI 700d, a recently discovered world in 2020, orbits in the habitable zone of its red dwarf star, so there could be life on that planet, located in the Dorado constellation. This next one is kind of Saturn on steroids. And that is J1407b, which is known as Super Saturn because it has one of the largest known ring systems in the galaxy. It's bigger than the planet itself, and the planet is bigger than Saturn too. We still don't know if it's a gas giant or a brown dwarf with rings in the constellation Centaurus. This next one is another strange sight. WASP 12b, which is a hot Jupiter that is egg-shaped because it's touching its star and being consumed by the star. It's 1.8 times the radius of Jupiter. It's one of the darkest exoplanets, the second after TRES-2b, because it doesn't reflect light, it absorbs it, in the Auriga constellation. The next one rains down gems. HAT P7b has clouds of corundum, which makes it rain sapphires and rubies in the Cygnus constellation. These last planets orbit a red dwarf star, which is named TRAPPIST-1. All 7 planets are Earth-sized terrestrial planets. TRAPPIST-1b is a super-Earth that has a Venus-like atmosphere, so it can't have life. TRAPPIST-1c has a thin atmosphere, but even with it, it's still too hot for life. TRAPPIST-1d is not in the full habitable zone, but it could still support life because it's in the inner habitable zone of its red dwarf star. TRAPPIST-1e is the closest habitable planet to its star, so it can be a great candidate for life. TRAPPIST-1f is also in the habitable zone, so there could be liquid water. TRAPPIST-1g is the farthest habitable planet from its star. TRAPPIST-1h is too cold for life to survive on it. Located in the constellation Aquarius. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.